protected. They actually just instantly cancel Dawn ult anytime they use Ravage now.
Templar
Thanks to this Nyx. This is yeah, this needed to be addressed. I think TA is a good one. That's a good one, yeah. A lot of physical burst. They have a lot of magic and physical damage now. Ways to take Roshan, ways to push towers. Something that doesn't really care about the two supports. Like with a BKB as well, you can kind of nuke and kill both of these guys. This TA pick fills the holes for me that I was getting scared that Navi didn't have.
That's good.
They still do lack team fight though. That is one thing.
Yeah, they do, and even more so now that like Solo is the support Dawnbreaker. They shifted that when they picked up the Viper. There's a lot of single target, right? Single target physical burst from TA, single target from Marcy and Batrider, and Viper, of course, the epitome of one hero. I'm going to focus them down, hit them until they die.
Yeah.
And usually just quickly, usually we see that remedied with, if you're lacking team fight, you have more push or you have more lane domination. Do you think Navi has enough of either of those?
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm pretty confident in the Batrider Storm matchup since I saw Stormer playing it quite a few times now. I think the Viper is meant to win his lane pretty well. They have really dominant support. So I think Marcy Dawnbreaker has been like a very strong support duo for quite a while now that I've seen various times and usually to great success. I think Disruptor and Nyx, they are way more utility and much worse at fighting. Like this is rounding out their draft for a really decent mid game because BetBoom can play around pickoffs and they could also play around like just a straight up team fight. They have like a nice ball to kind of push with thanks to Visage. They'll get this aura, they'll get the race pact again. It's nice.
The Tide.
Yeah, I could be worried basically for the two supports. I think Disruptor and Nyx are quite squishy and scary. Like if there's a big brawl mid, I would be more afraid playing into a Marcy Dawnbreaker than a Nyx Disruptor potentially. Yeah. And
especially if like laning state doesn't go as intended, like Disruptor Nyx pretty poor at playing from behind. They need other people to pair with. They're not good at doing things on their own, and they need level 6s, right? There's a lot of boxes to check there for BetBoom to actually come out of the laning stage reasonably unscathed to actually get to this potential to ball up and have these big team fights. So we'll see what Navi do to try and exploit that. As Sheepo, it's prediction time.
I'm doing my predictions, but I'm not doing them out loud because now I feel bad because the viewers could not do them with us last time.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Silent prediction time.
Silent prediction time. I'm just trying to rate like what is the support that's going against the Viper mainly? Because the last time I saw a strong Viper lane, like Viper with Dawn or Marcy, right, is insane. Like that is so much kill potential, so much kill threat. Like I don't know if there's a single hero on BetBoom that can really lane into that, especially when Viper hits like level 3, then level 5. And on top of that, I've seen this Nyx as a pos 5. I know he's not playing 5, but like if he is playing the role of the 5 in like the safe lane, he's playing the carry, that is weak. That is so weak into Viper. You can't walk up, you can't trade. It's really, really hard.
Yeah. You're one stun and then you're done. Just 500 HP Nyx Assassin. Pretty weak.
Yeah, exactly.
They've even got a lane ward up top, BetBoom, so they're going to see who's coming up there and keep tabs on the Viper when he's trying to move around in that lane, maybe dipping into the trees.
It might be an aggressive kill ward, actually, as well. Like, one of the biggest problems with Viper is he has a similar issue as Visage, where he's very slow, no way to defend himself.
It's all the V heroes. Veno, Viper, Visage.
Isn't it? Yeah. They could kill this Viper. I think if they can get the first blood for Dahak or something, that might ease his lane a little bit, at least for the first few levels.
Yeah, what do we have? Thunderstrike level 1, Soul Assumption, and of course Impale on that Nyx. I'm gonna see Sweden strong first though. Marcy says hello to the Disruptor. Roger looping in from the left. Look at Lays. He knows, doesn't he? They don't see the Nyx bottom. Notice to show to Solo down there. So the fact that Nyx is off the map, the Viper very defensive, knowing that death is imminent.
But honestly, you're okay with this, right? Like, obviously it sucks, you want to get that kill, but Notice is pulling waves. He doesn't feel super threatened by Solo yet, it seems, and Viper's not getting creeps.
Oh, Roger, he couldn't decide which way to go. Is he going to get it? Seneca with the body blocks? Oh, yeah. They aggro most of them. One melee creep escapes. Another TPing. Oh, is this the response? Solo TP's up here. They're matching the tri lane.
Well, that's kind of problematic. That kind of like takes away your ability to bring
A 2-man stun.
Yeah.
Sweden strong, yeah, helping out. Kill off Dahak. So your first blood goes to the Viper. Complete reversal of what BetBoom were hoping for. And Seneko has to Fairy Fire to survive against the poison attacks. Do we have another rebound? 2 seconds. But it looks like Roger with the boots is able to get away from the firm grasp of Navi. Seneko not so lucky though. The Starbreaker just about landing. 2-man stun from Roger now though. That's 2-0. Navi to the good, but both of these Navi supports, they are going to get away from the level 1 Nyx and Visage.
We'll see how this plays out, but it might have been a mistake to keep your supports up here for as long as you have, because now you're forced into a tri lane. Even if you TP your support down bot, I don't think Clyde plus Nyx, for example, is gonna pressure TA hard enough. Where, oh wow, he just killed that man.
Level 3, yeah. Sticky flame break.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Oh, diving up top again. Oh, Solo's thinking about it. They've hit level 2.
Weak supports, man.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah, one of the biggest problems.
And the best thing about scrapping is it gives Visage a lot of soul assumption charges, but you're gonna need, like, for the amount of fighting that's gonna occur here, you need a lot of mana. You need someone to buy a Bassi. Oh, you have a Bassi.
He's got Bassi, he's got 2 mangoes, he's prepared, at least for now. And the rebound missing there is going to allow them to turn on Sweden Strong with a massive amount of nuke damage, but he's got a Fairy Fire surviving through the Thunder Strike. Another Soul Assumption just chucked back into the Viper.
You know, this could really, really benefit mid. Like, already Bat got a solo kill. That means he's going to hit his 6 before Lal does. If your supports are super preoccupied with fighting top in a tri-lane v tri-lane, it just means that Bat is going to get free reign to, like, dive and kill Lal. And just, like, really force him out the lane.
Yeah, and then what does it mean for bottom lane, then? TA just free farms against the Tide, right? So Navi winning all 3 lanes?
Fine. Yeah, pretty much, honestly. So this is a dream situation for Navi, I think.
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, noticed, was he trying to head into Soul Ring? He wants to buy the Ring of Health to sustain in this lane for a little bit. Yeah, V-Tune with boots can get away from Anchor Smashes and all that. While top, and they go again. Dragging Dahak back in, and the Celestial Hammer allows Solo to close the gap. A little more damage. Can they finish him off? No, he's all right. Well, Solo getting turned on, but Roger, he has to bail away these poison attacks. Just way too much against BetBoom. Another rebound in, and Sweden Strong helps Lays find another kill up there. Like, silver lining is Dahak, he is farming, he's getting experience, but yeah, you're not happy about this.
Yeah, they made a little whoopsie. The Starbreaker last hit, it cancelled the throwback from Marcy. So the Dispose didn't go off, and Dahak was not thrown back, and he was fine as a result.
It's a little whoopsie.
Little whoopsie.
Are they moving the Marcy mid? Look at that range! Just jumps on the Storm from top rune spot into mid. And this is the fear you had in the draft. This Marcy being able to rotate. Yeah, leave the tri lane, come into mid, find another one on the Storm. So no one is now halfway through his level 5.
This is only going to snowball and get way worse for BetBoom.
Yeah, Lay's playing forward. Rebound doesn't land. Still got a lot of slows and a dispose onto Seneko. Solo arrives back onto the scene. A 6-0 beginning for Navi. Viper not really last hitting that well, but they've got TA, Batrider having spectacular starts. Shutting down this Dahak Visage.
Doesn't matter, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're kind of keeping even, the Visage versus Viper. Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
It's not,
maybe you're okay with it.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. He's actually, like, you know, quite a fair level up on Viper too, which is good, because the Hawk's main thing is that he wants to get his 6, and Viper usually just like dominates lane like to 100% when he hits his level 5. So if you can get as much experience as possible before that happens, then your Visage is kind of okay, because then you can just swing to jungle.
Is this one of those situations where the start we have from Navi is something that they needed to have? Because I know you talked about the kind of mid-game from BetBoom, getting 20 minutes in, ready to ball up and fight. Is this something that Navi needed this start to have a chance in this game?
Yes, but I think it was not like something they had to fight really hard for. I do think their lanes are just better, and I think it would have like even if they hadn't done this tri lane, I think Navi probably come out on top in lanes.
All right.
So.
It looks like BetBoom just breaking down the lanes already. Storm is in the jungle. Nyx is taking mid.
Yeah. BetBoom just have a much more like balanced feeling draft from mid game, I want to say. But Navi don't let them get to that timing. Like they just you know, their draft is built to outpace that timing and just own from the lanes and not let them reach.
Yeah, because they need their sixes on support. Sineko, he's not going to get there anytime soon. Being dived by the Viper and the Marcy. That's going to get an amount of damage onto Sweden Strong before falling. I get a trade at the very least, and now Dahak going to be happy. Gets himself experience, gets the farm on the tower, while Solo does kill off Natus. Helped out by V-Tune and those psionic traps.
TA's having a wonderful time. Like, Tide is struggling. Every time he tries to go up for the wave, like, V-Tune just walks forward and meld strikes him, and there's nothing he can do. Like, he's built a soul ring and a ring of health, but your armor's just not high enough, really.
Yeah, now Roger getting a taste of the Bat Rider in the mid lane. Marcy and the Dawnbreaker coming in. But Lala's got his ball lightning now, so going to feel a little more comfortable coming back in there.
He can still die. That's the fun part. Is that any Marcy jump in and he's not ready for it? Like the level 1 animation for ball lightning is kind of slow. So Sweden Strong comes out of nowhere. He will get that stun off, and then it's just like a toss back into a lasso. Storm can die. He has to be careful, and I think that's why he's just like, okay, the supports are mid. I'm just gonna jungle a little bit. I'm gonna play a little bit back, and then you can give some experience to your support. Because like you said, they need them. They need these sixes. They need Disruptor 6. They need Nyx 6. That's when they can start to look for these nice side lane plays. Playing into a farm TA, sure, but like if you find her with Nyx, you get that stun off into a Disruptor ult and a Storm zip in, she's dead. Even Ravage potentially.
Oh, Dahak. Can his familiars bail him out of this one. And he's TPing home, landing the birds to stun up Sweden Strong. Good escape.
Birds can't die.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Loses one.
It's rough. It's a 100-second cooldown. It's really long. At least you have one though.
Did you win your prediction on denies?
First player to get 15 denies. I guessed V-Tune.
So did I. So did same. Oh,
how?
no one.
What is V-Tune doing? Total domination of a bot lane and he's not got 15 denies.
Yeah.
I guess he was focused on like farming the camps.
Yeah, he's just shoving, falling back into jungle. Sineko getting dived up top. And lays 4-0 on this Viper. I'm just going to allow him to push pretty hard into that tier 1. Flag bearer creep arriving. I'm curious to see if BetBoom want to respond because they're salving up Lal Storm. Looks like he just wants to clear the wave. Maybe a fight they could take if like a Tide TP's up here. He's got Ravage. I'm not going to entertain it.
I guess they're feeling so far behind in net worth that they want to focus more on recovering that. Like, it's right now like no one's not showing on the map as well, so they don't know. Like, okay, say we TP in top and we want to take that fight, but then no one's there. Oof.
Okay, Lal out of mana now. Pops his wand and Ball's a little further away. The familiar stun it's not going to come in. Dark, he's here to try and fight back, and Lal still drops. Sweden Strong gets the kill claimed up, but noticed with Roger. Trying to fight this Marcy. She's pretty strong, and they need the Ravage. Catches both of the supports. I mean, BetBoom, they're throwing the kitchen sink at Navi here, but no one and Solo just pairing up together to get another kill. Storm and Nyx traded out for your 4 and 5. And a Ravage. Gotta feel good for Navi again.
Yeah, I feel like they want these kills, and they're fine using a Ravage. Like your first ults, you want them to be impactful, but you're okay wasting. I say wasting, but you're okay using them for supports because it just gives you like something. It gives you maybe a little bit of map back. Like these supports are just supports, but they are the strong guys with spells that are standing in your jungle, like threatening to kill you and like threatening to waste your time into a core can connect, or they're threatening to take your runes and all these things, right? They're supports, they're doing things, they're having impact, and just killing them, getting them off the map for like 10 seconds and resetting their game, it's okay. It lets you farm your camps a little bit more safely, so on and so on.
Yeah, especially when Navi doesn't have that great of tower push. Having those supports in the enemy jungle, finding pickoffs, looking for little kills here and there, that lets the Bat Rider push the wave, chip at the tier 1. So like every kill, it feels like for BetBoom, where they're trading evenly or just getting a pick off here or there, it allows them to defend their towers. Because we feel like this lane domination from Navi has been supreme. But tier 1s are still standing pretty healthy. Top is a little worse for wear, but you would love that to have dropped as Navi. Well, they'll have a static stall in the mid lane. Again, just chucking ultis at these supports. A Carapace on the Bat Rider as well. As the Dawnbreaker, Solar Guardian, what happened there? I heard the sound, but didn't see it come.
Baby.
Carapace just stopped it happening.
Yep. That's the next. That's what I liked when I saw it in the draft. It's like you just stopped that counter initiation from happening. But we gotta address the elephant in the room. There is a TA who is killing Snake right now. Goodbye, Snake. And more importantly, she is literally about to get her Deso. 11 minutes. Deso is 150 gold out. At this point, you can just walk mid with your team and take that mid tower. You've just taken top tower as well. You want to get these default wards down maybe, and you get to start looking at Roche. We talk about the 12-minute BetBoom Roche from last game. This game maybe we'll see Navi do a similar thing.
Oh, this TA trap slows down both of them. No test, blown back by the flame break. Does get himself around the Starbreaker from Solo, and he's got reinforcements arriving. Cavalry coming through, but the Storm lassoed up. And he's going to try to be saved up, but Seneca has put himself in harm's way, and Lays is the one to pick up a double kill as Navi bring 4 heroes down south, knowing there's still no Ravage for another 20 seconds or so. And like you said, that allows VTune to get into mid, force the glyph, get a bit of damage on the tier 1.
Yeah, we got the Deso out now. So I would hope after this, with these heroes dead and the fight bot, he can just walk up top into this jungle, farm those camps, get it trapped. Or he can go to his Ancients if he feels like that's where he wants to go to. And they're respawning now. They do have the Ravage, so I think you have to be quite conscious of this Ravage. Solo's drawing a line into the jungle. He wants to go in there. Dire already scanned the Roche pit. They actually think they were just going to go straight in there after that mid tower. Solo really wants to invade this jungle.
Roger.
I think he needs to be careful though. He has no backup.
Roger was under a sentry there, so no one knows he's nearby. Bring Sweden Strong up there to try and bolster their efforts top. And inside the Roche pit, Solo trying to hammer over the little ridge, but trapped inside the Roche now as BetBoom not going to attempt it. Just a little pick off there to again alleviate that pressure that's coming in towards their lanes.
Nice. I mean, Solo breaks the smoke. That's more than you can ask for your pause 5. It's literally your job. And he just protects his TA, who's just going to swing back bot, keep farming. I mean, I guess you're like, chill, yeah, you want to take Roche. I mean, you have to be very careful because we have seen that BetBoom with Visage with this Vlads, they can try and do them too. Try and do the Roche too. Both teams are probably going to be looking at this early Roche. I think it's just, you cannot commit fully to bot on any team.
Yeah, BetBoom just very gathered in that top jungle. We saw Solo drawing on the map saying, hey, go up there. Go forth, place wards.
I think it was the right... I think it's like the call that makes the most sense. Like, I thought TA would go up there, but I think it's right for him to play carefully because there's that Ravage. Like, BetBoom understand that too.
And a Solar Guardian into mid. Doesn't catch Lol, and they've got the glimpse back, sending Solo down south again. Sweden Strong, the death there. They still have Ravage. As it's now BetBoom gathering up to maybe... they can't really go for tier 1. They're just going to go back and defensively farm Ancients. They've got a bit of a stack for Noticed. But they've got answers. They've got ways to counteract any move that Navi makes so far. So it's kind of nice to see Navi take their foot off the pedal just a little bit as Roger finds the opening that they wanted. Another support kill. But that's money into the pockets of Lol.
But now you've committed bot. You've just done the grave sin. TA is running to the Roche pit.
How quickly can they move?
Can they do it?
Can they contest? And
No, probably not. They're very far away now.
Yeah, Radiant Ward sees the Tide farming Ancients. I think Navi fully aware that nothing is coming their way.
I think that was a big mistake by BetBoom to give this up. I liked the smoke they made. I thought it made sense. Like, yeah, okay, perfect. They have Ravage. They want to keep control of their jungle. Don't give it to Navi. Don't let them do Roche. But then they make a move like that, and they just kind of go against everything and let them have it.
Is it like it's an inevitability that Navi are going to get that Roshan? Like, yeah, you can contest, maybe get a good team fight, but like trading for a tier 1, getting a bit more farm on your heroes, maybe puts you in a better spot 5 minutes down the line?
I don't know. I mean, they're a pro team, right? They know better than me. But at the same time, it just feels like a mistake. Because there's no BKB on TA yet, there's no BKB on Bat yet, there's no BKB on Viper yet. They can get off a Ravage, they have the Nyx Carapace to cancel any Dawnbreaker roll to disrupt the Bat Rider in the fight. Like, you are definitely strong, you have Vlads on your Visage. I do truly feel like they could have fought, but maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Well, they're going to try and fight now. Looks like defending top tier 2 is their primary objective. Smoking in behind the storm and now scanning, knowing that Navi are close by in that top jungle. Navi also smoked though. Who are they going to find? Seneko, a smoke breaker.
They have Orchid on Viper, which is very scary for Storm.
Yeah, like what does Storm have? Soul Ring, working on Kaya, and working on respawning. 30 seconds on the sidelines. Roger just force staffing himself away from danger. In the meantime, you know, they got tier 1 bottom. They're pushing Catapult Wave into tier 2 with the help of the familiars. They do see Bat Rider showing on that bottom wave. So noticed with Seneko. Static Storm catching only the Marcy. And they get the Orchid on the Tide, so no Ravage coming just yet. They do get a semi-Ravage into a full Ravage. The Impale into the Tide one. Catching that big streak from Laze's Viper. Oh, Navi. You had this Aegis. But you're losing heroes. Yeah, they're getting picked off here and there.
But meanwhile, the BKBs, they're coming. Wow.
That's TA and Bat.
A little bit off, just like less than 500 gold for both players before they have it. Viper very far off, obviously, as he went for that Orchid. I mean, they are respawning. I think BetBoom are maybe pushing it, trying to take that tower, yeah.
Well, they killed no one. Lal and Roger pairing up. Solar Guardian not coming again. That's no one's BKB completed, so it doesn't get delayed by that death. But it does delay this timer on the Aegis. You know, we've had a couple of minutes where Navi have basically just killed off a Storm Spirit. And BetBoom are continuing to prepare for this mid lane push.
And you can do that now, Bat's dead.
Yeah, noticed with the familiars, just straight up front line. Another Toxin on the ground, a lot of damage onto Sweden Strong, and they glimpse the Viper back while Lol jumps in. Hyper aggressive, he's got one Soul Ring to get a bit of mana back, but he's being burst down. V-Tune's TA offering too much physical damage, and even a buyback from the Marcy there.
You know, you really feel the nerfs to Storm with the Null when you make a jump like that, and you're suddenly out of mana, and you're...
Where do I go now?
Like, oh no, I used to have mana for this, what changed? I think the hero's still good, but yeah, you have to be very careful with how you conserve mana.
Oh, Tide's finished an Aghanim Scepter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a long-range gush. Just throwing these little tidal waves in towards the bat. Any reveal here for Navi? I don't see Roger. Vendetta trying to set up a no one. He forces the BKB and force staffs himself away. The ball out, the lasso on the Tide, the silencing up noticed, and he's inside the Nether Toxin. That's a great Static Storm though. Disruptor setting up on the Viper and the Dawnbreaker. Maybe here for Roger to make an impale, but it doesn't come off cooldown in time. And Viper's the one to pick up the double kill.
I felt so good about that for a moment. I was like, oh, you poke, you get the BKB, you force off away, don't give the kill, don't give the lasso. I was feeling great about it, but he just manages to clip that Tide Hunter, pull him back. Obviously the Viper, another Toxin there, does pay off. Just cannot get the Kraken shell off, and then just dies to the Orchid. Oh, it was a bit of a cheeky fight to take. They didn't have the Ravage, but I think it was still coming off cooldown. Oh god, it's hard. It is hard. especially now that Navi have their BKBs, like the ability for the bat to turn like that.
Yeah, and still having 20 minutes on Aegis. 20 minutes?
20 minutes? No way!
20 seconds. Jeez, can you imagine that? Having 20
Bro,
seconds.
just had enough.
On that Aegis meant that they couldn't really go on the TA. They had to try and focus other people. Still just looking at this, you know, Viper, Marcy, and the Dawnbreaker as the targets they can actually go on.
To be honest, it's not that terrible though. I mean, Navi, they're feeling like they're still strong. They don't have the lasso for 30 seconds, but they're gonna smoke anyway into this triangle. They don't have vision.
And Seneko, once again, the sacrifice. Oh, Lay's picking up his spree again. 9-1-4 on this Viper. Definitely not falling off. Orchid into BKB. Always being a nice little response there to the Storm. It's got to be said. This Storm Spirit not having a good game. Kaya, Sol Ring, no real impact items so far for Lal.
No, what are you even meant to buy? Like you're threatened now so badly by the Orchid and stuff. You need a BKB. It's quite far off. Ooh, Roger though. He sees Lays. They might try and do a move here.
Oh, TPing down bottom as BetBoom. Looks like Roger just scouting people out, not setting up for anything. Oh, big wave to clear down there.
Maybe seeing Viper there, they thought, okay, Navi are going to swing top, so we're just going to try and kill like, the straggler bot. That might have been what their TP thought was.
Yeah, it does leave Natus alone in the mid lane, though. Surrounded by Navi. Taken down by that Meld Strike. A double damage rune for V-Tune here might lead to Navi aiming for that tier 2 mid. You could also consider that the tier 1 bottom lane, take over the enemy triangle. Get rid of those ancients, which Dahak is currently farming. Seneko with a little glimpse and run away.
They do have glyph on BetBoom, so it's you could go mid and try and force it. Not a bad option. If you do take this tower though, it doesn't reset anything. They already took the top tier 2, so that glyph is done.
Not super imperative to full on defend this, but with Tide respawning in 5 seconds, you might feel like getting this Ravage utilized in a spot like that will do you some favors.
I can't help but feel that this game is just made harder for BetBoom by the Tide not having a blink. You know, it's nice to be fancy, it's nice to have Ags, it's nice to go 4-star for Halberd, what have you, just try and be tanky, have stats and poke and stuff, but at the same time, like, there's nothing quite like the simplicity of smoking with a blink Ravage and just stunning everyone. You know, blink on top of a TA, you're guaranteed to get Ravage off pretty much.
Yeah, the surprise factor.
It makes like we just see these team fights, like they're being forced to poke and prod with Storm and Nyx and try and exhaust these BKBs, and then they're hoping to just kind of walk in and use their Ravage.
Seneko. 1, 2, 3. We'll need a fourth one, but they got the lasso on the Vincere. That's the bigger one. Ignore the disruptor, kill the bird. Seneko, that's an optimistic TP. No one finds him. Double kill for Bat, and the bird's being focused. They lost at least one of them, maybe even both. And a pretty quick Roche respawn. 40 seconds here for Navi to kill tier 2. Maybe...
You could even pressure the actual tower high ground. I mean, if you take it, glyph resets again. So you can't take rags.
It's like Outpost Roche now, right?
You could definitely do that, yeah.
Storm trying his hardest to like clear out bot wave and push into tier 2. BetBoom respawning pretty quickly though.
Oh god, Lal's going a Lincoln Sphere.
Oh really?
Yeah, I suppose.
I guess, yeah.
I suppose, yeah.
Can't get lassoed anymore. There's not that much to break it, right? There's like Dispose, Lasso, Viper Strike, Orchid.
Orchid? Yeah.
I guess that he wants to be protected by the Lincolns against all of those.
I mean, TA does not... I mean, maybe TA is banking on the next Roche, but she doesn't have a shard. If she gets that shard, that makes it very hard for Storm to play.
Roger.
Silence.
Roger breaks high ground. 2-man stun. They're in on the Viper. Static Storm's in, and Marcy caught inside the kinetic field. Oh, BetBoom, they just swing hard up into this triangle. This smoke move pays off beautifully. 3 heroes dead with no buyback, and Roshan's available.
What a great smoke. Yeah, you're playing into a bat and a TA BKB, and that's hard, but you found the 3 heroes that don't have a single thing to protect themselves. Actually, no, that's not true. Viper has a BKB.
They just didn't press it fast. Like, they dusted the Nyx, and he's like, I'm not going to press BKB, I'm fine.
There's a lot of stuns, a lot of control, nice disruptor roll, just really great control, and
They didn't even need to use Ravage. I mean, Navi, they're trying to come in here and contest this Roshan. They get the kill on Roger. No buyback on him, and Dark lassoed into the V2 TA. There we go, Navi fighting back. Losing 3 heroes means nothing when V2's able to unleash his damage on them.
Okay, no roast for you. Good try though, BetBoom.
Birds die as well. Well, a 6 smoke doesn't pay off in the end. Looked good though, a Storm. Oh, silenced by the Orchid. No. He tried to steal it. And now V2 gets his hands on that Aegis.
He's playing great this game. Yeah, that's nice on them though. Like, knowing that they don't have their spells anymore, and that you're not threatened by Ravage because you can just initiate with a BKB. Just means that he's been such a pest. He might even die for this, man.
Wait, no one might die for it, or Seneko might die for it? Because they're going on.
Never mind, they're going in.
Bat Rider, hey? They're gonna kill him.
No BKB.
He's got no BKB. They've got Solar Guardian and the Viper though. They can't kill no one fast enough. The glimpse back. Not gonna save Roger either. Sweden strong. He's there. And Seneko now. He's stuck behind the trees. It was a nice attempt.
Punished for your crimes. Silly supports, you think you can kill a core? Know your place. Okay, we got an Aegis. Let's think about the implications of that. We got a way now to kind of poke at the high ground without being fearful of Ravage. We have the Shard now as well on TA, so there's a lot of things. Like, if they set up like themselves in front of the base with a bunch of traps down, it just makes Storm scared, right? One zip in, one mistake, even with a Linken's, it doesn't matter. He's gonna get silenced, he's gonna die.
Yeah.
This is it's pretty powerful. If I think about BetBoom's ability to hold high ground, they don't really have anything. Like, they don't have a blink on Tide. They can't catch you by surprise.
Axe Gush. Axe Gush.
Axe Gush. That's all they have. Just spam the Gush.
Keep chucking it out there. Oh god, no one. He sees the Storm. Goes straight in on him. Lol dead for 50.
What the hell happened there? How did you get the lasso off? What pop Linken's?
An Orchid from TA? Yeah, can we see that back? It looked like Linken's popped after the lasso, right?
Yeah, right? That's what I saw.
So was it on cooldown?
Maybe he just...
We can see it back here.
Alright, let's see.
So, they see the Storm. His Linkers were delivered after the lasso.
No
His
way.
Linkers was
what
delivered
kind
like
of luck is that?
a fraction of a second after. Oh my goodness. Like the timing. Look, watch. Yeah. No, nice. We can rewind. That's sick. The courier delivers the lasso just delivers the Lincolns just after the lasso. Man, that's unfortunate for Lol, but man, the timing from no one to hit that.
Seriously, really good heads-up play on no one, just like taking advantage of the moment. Actually, surprised they just decided not to keep pushing after getting that pick off. So now you don't have a lasso.
Yeah, not pressing the issue. A little bit of respect there for the Tide with this Ravage. And BetBoom trying to fight back. Solo and Sweden Strong both caught out with the Impale and that AoE Gush. And they're breaking out of their base. They're glimpsing the TA back into the Static Storm. She does have Aegis, but look how quickly she dies. BKB comes off cooldown now for V-Tune as they turn back onto the Tide. The BKB for no one, chasing forward. They've got the V-Tune TA though, and Lane's gonna have the BKB TP home. BetBoom finding some miracle opening to find 2 support kills and transfer it into a double kill on the TA.
Jeez, that Nyx stun timing, man. What a guy does not care about his BKB coming off cooldown.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, look at this, Lol, no fear. Straight onto Solo, Sweden Strong, maybe a little over-eager there to save his captain. But the quick realization that BetBoom could just keep going for more. The glimpse, the vision given. These walls from Seneko just allowing this to happen. And what are you saying? The Nyx stun here, right? Oh, that's perfect.
Are fortified.
Great timing. And now they can finally get this mid tower. 30 minutes into the game. BetBoom.
Is under attack.
Let's go.
Radiant's middle tower has
The map is opening. And they'll just re-smoke.
Go more. Go more. They can't. You can't just go.
Into what? Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah. I was like looking at tier 1 top full HP. They can't really go there. There's a massive creep wave already up at top, amassing towards the dire base.
Alright. We're feeling good now. Our Ty's got Ags, he's got Force, he's got Blink, he's got all defensive items that he needs to be okay here. The Hawk is got his Wraith Pact and his Drums, 2 main core items that he gets every single game. And your Storm, bless his heart, he's got Lincolns, I suppose. you can punish Navi's mistakes. That's definitely what they're doing the best this game. Like anytime Navi expend a cooldown, they play knowing that it's on cooldown. They're playing with bravery, knowing they can go in, knowing they can fight.
It's like any cooldown, right? Whether it's Lasso or a BKB, Solar Guardian, everything is being utilized. Suneko, what's he up to? Dead, dying.
Poor Suneko.
And grab that outpost.
That begs the question, right? If BetBoom just are consistently punishing mistakes, then does Navi need to clean it up? It's stuff like losing your supports and still sticking around on that high ground, or you choose not to commit to the high ground because you use the lasso, but you still stay around and give Navi the chance to take that fight to you. And like letting the storm respawn. Maybe like the supports going onto the low ground and not keeping the high ground advantage is what led to their problems. Just need to make it a little bit more clean, not give any breathing room to BetBoom.
Yeah, tidy up those little sloppy mistakes. And I guess it gets easier. Oh, wow, the silence is on Lal. Lincoln Sphere's going to save him, though, it looks like. Soul Ring TP, away he goes. And Lays didn't have anything to stop him either. Oh, what's going on with Solo? He's got his BKB up, and they found Dahak. The Visage pummeled into the ground by the Starbreaker. And this is the thing, right? It gets so much easier to not make mistakes or to not be punished for your mistakes when you've got BKBs on your supports as well as your cores. You know, Dawnbreaker has one. Marcy is well on her way towards hers. So you're going to have 5 BKBs on Navi where they can pretty much just press the BKB button and say, hey, our team fight, it's better than yours.
Roger, you sneaky boy.
What's he done?
He just steals the gem back off the high ground where Dahak died. That's actually such a win. I'm so glad they got that. Your village was carrying the gem. They need this gem to clear out the traps. They need it to clear out the wards. Like they have such a vision disadvantage. Like it becomes almost impossible to play if you don't have this gem. And your enemy has the gem too, so they're gonna deward all your sentries. Like you're just playing. Oh.
V2 with a silver edge. Oh, Storm.
Oh.
Storm. You can't TP. It's on cooldown for 10 seconds. Another silence, another trap. Sweden Strong's here as well. The zap over the tree line gets Lal a bit of distance. The gap is being closed by the Viper. You're right, Lays from the left, and the trap is there as well, just in case they needed it. The full staff not going to save him. And Lal dead.
Jeez, he cannot catch a break. This has to be probably one of the biggest regrets of his life with this item build. There's no way.
Well, the hero pick, like first facing Storm.
Yeah, it didn't go as how they hoped. He did get solo killed by Bat mid. He needs a BKB, but he's going for the Ags instead. Like, I do respect it. When you're behind, when you're struggling, this Ags is going to do way more than a BKB potentially. Like, obviously it makes him under way more threat when he's split pushing. But at the same time, say BetBoom take a team fight now with this Ags. Oh my god, they're smoking without him. Maybe they don't expect this on Navi.
Yeah, Storm.
Why would they smoke without the Storm?
Yeah, Storm's dead. They're not going to do anything. They'll sit in their base.
Or is this just a smoke to get out onto the map? Sneak past the Navi wards?
Yeah.
They read that there's one on that cliff. That's where the Hawk died last.
Yeah, heading straight across to it. Suneko caught out in the mid lane, though.
Oh, that's just cold Monday.
A day ending in Y.
Day ending in Y.
Wait, is this them prepping for Roshan in some way? Like they're pushing out bottom wave as Dire to kind of force Navi to maybe respond down there? They've got to be thinking about Roche at this point. I kind of like Navi coming in and trying to cut the wave in behind that bottom lane.
Yeah. They don't need to. Yeah, they're not going to get forced back. They're way too powerful. They're just constantly getting pickoffs that keep Navi in like control of the game, right? One pickoff just means the BetBoom can't fight. They're kind of like everyone is a key integral part of the fight, especially like Nyx with his carapace needed to cancel the Dawn ult. I mean, Dawn has BKB now though at least, so she can always BKB and ult in, and it will never get cancelled anymore, just as long as he commits it, right? It sucks because you don't get the BKB for the main part of the fight, but if it's allowing you to heal up your cores and get that stun off, powerful stuff.
Roger, toying with no one, but he's about to feel the full wrath of V-Tune. Orchid and a couple of big hits coming in from that Silver Edge crit. Takes down the Nyx as Tide just TPs away.
Yeah. Now, it's just literally every time someone dies, by the time they respawn, Navi has killed someone again.
Oh, look, there's a DD outside of Roshan. He's spawned back up again.
Don't say it. Say it ain't so.
Yeah, it's happening. Where's the TA? Come on, V-Tune. That's yours. And Dark also resummoned familiars, trying to get them out of that bottom lane, so he won't have the resummon for this upcoming team fight, which it looks like BetBoom absolutely want to force. Nyx dead for 15, and Roshan dying incredibly quickly. Sweden strong lays, trying to break the smoke, give vision of Dark and Seneko as they make their way in towards the pit. They've got the BKB lasso on the Visage though, and Dark dragged into his impending doom, but he's got that stone form and Storm zips in. They're going to take the Aegis on Sweden strong just to make sure Storm doesn't get it. Dark blowed up though. The flame break and damage from no one, enough to kill him off. As Sweden strong focusing on to Natus Tidehunter. Looking to kill off this Tide with V2 now arriving. The big damage, but the stun from Roger not enough to save him. The crits from TA with his Silver Edge build and the Psionic projection. Where's she jumped to? Trying to move forward aggressively in that mid lane. Can't catch a glimpse of Roger, though, as he's now Vendetta'd and Invis.
I don't think he missed a hit there on that Tide. He has a halberd. It looked like he hit every single hit. Man, that sucked. They were just too slow to get to that pit. Storm jumped in, but the BKB on TA meant that he couldn't quite steal the Aegis. I mean, it's fine that it went to Marcy instead. You're pretty happy with that, but the Hawk just gets blown up so fast. Like, the shot on Visage is one of the reasons why I think this team has valued the heroes so much in the last like few patches. It's very powerful, but when you're behind, all it does is really let the enemy team set up on you. Like, you get lassoed in your stone form, you're chilling there on the ground, and then as soon as you come up, they just blow you up.
Yeah.
It's so hard to fight. He has nothing really. He's very underfarmed, having a very hard game.
Just get completely swarmed. I mean, what is the evasion on Halberd? 20%, so 1 in 5 hits. TA only hit him 4 times.
Yeah, you're right.
The fifth hit would have missed Sheepo.
Another problem as well is just like, because Navi, because you're so underfarmed on your Visage, it means that when they go on you and they use their BKBs, these BKBs are lasting like 6 seconds. It takes under that amount of time to kill your Visage. So Ty just feels so uncomfortable ravaging. He can't ravage the BKB.
Yeah.
Ooh, smoke on smoke action. Here we go.
Oh, hell yeah. Go on, BetBoom. Show us what you got. Might be a last-ditch effort, and they walk straight into solo. A jump in, and the lasso. Dahak again, the main focus, as no one refreshes and gets him taken down. Gem falls, and Visage on the sidelines for 80 opens this fight up for Navi to break the backs of BetBoom. Orchid silence, catch the storm with a TA, big hits, landing in. This has got to be over. Tide still has Ravage, but again, like you're saying, just doesn't have the opportunity to use it as they Psionic project the TA across the map into the Nyx.
You saw how that fight played out. It's impossible. Like, there's nothing. You can't ravage anything. They don't give you the opportunity. Bat's using a refresher, double BKB. He's killing your Visage. There's nothing you can do about it. Double lasso. And then V-Tune just blinks in with a BKB going. There's no one to ravage.
Maybe now? Go in? No. No, can't do it. No cause alive.
Seems good to me.
Let's keep the chain stuns going. And Sweden strong has Aegis, so it doesn't really mind losing his life here. I did forget that for a second, that the Marcy was the one with the Aegis. Like, oh, she's going to die now. Has that second life. A Static Storm. On to V-Tune. I'm trying to glimpse people around, but they're just too tanky. They've got Solar Guardian now arriving to heal them up with this Holy Locket BKB build on solo. And they'll break the tier 3, open up this lane of barracks. And BetBoom maybe thinking they've got one more fight in them. Tide drops the tome for the Visage to take.
Has fallen.
Please help him.
Any assistance, please.
I mean, at least he can go for actual items now. He's finished Wraith Pack, he's finished Drums, he's finished Boots of Bearing.
Storm. Oh, no one has the BKB up. Roger does stun, lays, clips in, but that Carapace doesn't do anything through the BKBs now. Disruptor, the focus. Viper just unloads all of the poison onto him. And now you're in a 3v5. And still no Ravage.
Have you noticed how well they're playing around it on Navi? Like, it's actually genuinely super impressive. Like, just this going with your BKB. They have blinks and stuff. And I think 2 fights in a row now, these guys have just been getting that cheeky kill and then instantly blinking away. Like, they're not even giving, like, Tide's planning. He's clicking these heroes, looking to see when the BKB is going to expire, waiting to see if he gets the opportunity. And Navi are just not giving it to him. Not even a single split second.
Yeah, they're ghosts. Like, they materialize to get a kill. They disappear when you're the one that wants to jump on them. I mean, TA, having a Silver Edge build as well. A nice break up against the Tide to pair with a Nether Toxin and these silencers. It's not quite as good as it used to be. This Bloodthorn Silver Edge combination used to be the Doomstick, right? Where you had break, you had mute, you had all this good stuff, but it's still proving to be problematic for BetBoom now. No one, though, didn't get his BKB off. Ravage caught. The Solar Guardian doesn't save him. Bat Rider down. A Storm Spirit, low on mana, but will be able to get back to his tier 4. Sweden strong, a little too deep now as Navi. They overstep their bounds. But V2 always has that BKB TP to retreat from danger. While Solo probably going to be losing the gem now. The long-range Gush will clip him. Turns with the Starbreaker, but dies near that Dire base. And all Navi got from that was a melee Rax bottom. I mean, BetBoom just continually to prove that they can fight back no matter the odds. They're 30k behind and they find a way in.
But again, it's like your bat's going in without a BKB. Like he dies with 8-second cooldown left on it. Like, it's just a mistake that shouldn't happen. Like, Navi should be on this discipline. Maybe they feel like they can get away with it, but I mean, BetBoom many times this game now have shown that you give them a split second and they take it. I just praise them for this, man. Navi, come on. You can't.
Welcome.
I mean, they can.
Welcome to the world of Caster's Curse.
Yeah, my bad, guys. What can you do? They give a little away, but you're still 29k net worth up. It's still very hard for BetBoom to play. Like, I think Visage now needs armor. Probably gonna go like an AC.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Or Roger.
Yeah.
He's died.
Yeah.
I mean, he could go AC, or he could even go Lotus if he really wants to play like just to get these small cheap items before Navi like launch another attack. Then maybe it's not awful against Batrider, especially since he just keeps lassoing him every single fight. You put that Lotus on you, and at least you're making it hard for him.
Right, because that next attack from Navi is going to be a nuclear one, like straight down that base. I mean, buyback wise, how are we looking for the Dire? Tide, Storm, Disruptor, they've got it. Visage and Nyx, they don't. So if they're able to pick off the Visage again, that's another massive element of that BetBoom side removed.
Any waves that BetBoom can get pushed out is good for them.
A solo attempt on the Dawn. Not be able to finish her off though. And Seneko, lasso, not even needed. They knew that V2 had the damage. And it looks like Solo actually survived through everything. Even with that Aghanim's Disruptor.
A decent attempt. I don't know how Disruptor managed to farm an item. I feel like he's died 18 times this game. He's died 15, close. I guess brown boots, was it? Yeah, brown boots into an Ags. That's if there's an item that can win them this game, that's it. Is that how they got the kill mid on? Oh no. But at least, yeah, like this Ags could potentially just be it. If you can stop them from getting their BKBs off, then finally you have like an actual Ravage opening.
Did he have any other items? Like he's not bought anything and sold it, right?
Maybe.
Like I'm thinking back, and I have not paid attention to Disruptor's items like at all.
Oh, he's got a blink now as well.
Ooh.
That's actually massive. That's huge. That's so huge. If they can ever fight under a ward now on BetBoom, they can actually genuinely just win these fights. Like, just imagine getting the perfect ult down by Disruptor onto like 2-3 heroes followed by a Ravage. That's so big. That's actually massive. And even if you get a Ravage into the ult, you're gonna have so much extra like disable time.
And who's their primary focus? Because I feel like if you just get these ults on TA, that's huge for them. Oh, they get a jump with a lasso though. It's Navi to strike first, refreshed up, no one charging forward. He's looking at Natus, will lasso him, but the Static Storm is down as Laurel and Dahak, they're trying to battle into this Templar Assassin, ravaging her as well. The damage is lacking though, as V-Tune is allowed to get off his BKB and push back towards the tide. Natus surrounded, broken, and dies while Visage Dahak, well, away we go. And die back from the Visage.
That's probably game with the use of their big spells. Like this buyback doesn't really mean anything because there's no Ravage threat. I mean, they can still try and spam them out. Maybe they can hold for 84 seconds. I mean, they only have 2 racks left.
Yeah, E-Blade, Halberd, Gush. Natus trying his best to hold back the TA. Well, that will be a full set of barracks mid. Roshan is alive here, so Navi does have the fallback plan of being able to head into the pit, but it looks like they're going to go for plan A instead. As the silence is on the Storm, the Dispo's back. A nice stun from Roger, but Lyle is dead. Buyback available, and he's going to try and get back into this, thinking about the ball lightning back towards his glimpse target. Still not a good fight for BetBoom, though, as they lose Nyx Assassin to no one's bat. Diving in, Static Storm down, a little bit misplaced, though, from Suneko. Not expecting the no one bat to sidestep back, and Storm is fallen. 110 seconds without him means good game is called in the end. Navi tying things back up 1-1 in this best of 3.
We take those, baby. That's a good comeback from Navi. There's like some little mistakes here and there that delayed this game out a little bit to 47 minutes, but overall, like, they would make those mistakes and then instantly come back. I think the way that they played like the entire map, constantly putting pressure on BetBoom, constantly getting pickoff after pickoff, like basically chain feeding, which really just like culled any moment that BetBoom could have. Like, how many times did we see them smoke out with 4 heroes because they're like, you know what? This guy's dead. There's nothing we can do about it. We have to try and make something happen on this map at some point. And that's all just Navi constantly having good vision up, having these traps, having just boost of travel, utilizing them to the fullest. I think they played pretty great overall.
Yeah, itemization